Happy Wednesday morning. Welcome to Aura 7 Activewear. My name is Francesca. I'm the founder and director of Aura 7 Activewear. And we're gonna do a little yoga here at Aura 7. So I like to recommend to grab some props for your practice. Grab a block or two if you need that. Grab a strap maybe if you're dealing with some tightness in your hamstring, in your lower back. And then when you're ready, we're gonna get going. We're gonna get started onto our backs. All right. So come down onto your mat. Soles of the feet down onto the mat. Bend your knees and roll yourself all the way down to the earth. Bring your feet all the way mat distance apart and let your knees to come together. Turn the palms up to the ceiling. Bring your shoulder blades a little closer together onto your back. Find a gentle lift in your heart. Close your eyes. Soften the eyelids. And relax the muscles around the face. Shift your focus to your breath. Take in a couple conscious breaths here, laying onto your mat. Start to feel the connection with yourself, feel the connection with your body. Be aware of the whole body, starting from the toes, all the way to the crown of the head, runs all the way to the fingertips. And as you inhale, with each and every inhale, feel how you're not just inviting air into the lungs, but you're inviting energy into the whole body. Imagine that you're breathing in not just into your lungs, but you're also breathing into the whole body, pulling that air, that energy into your fingertips, into your toes, into the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, you soften everything down to the earth. You let everything go. Good job. Gently blink your eyes open. Pull the knees onto your chest. Squeeze them in. Keep tucking the chin to the chest. Reach the left leg forward. Pull the right knee into the right shoulder socket. Flex the left foot. Push the back of the left knee down to the mat. Pull the right knee out to the side. Point your right toe and flex your left foot. So both feet is energized. So you feel the body from the left heel all the way to the crown of the head, participating in this entire pose. And as you exhale, assist the right leg over to the left. Bring your right arm into a goalpost. Turn the right palm to the ceiling. And then gently start to pull the right knee down to the mat without forcing, just allowing the knee to come closer and closer to the mat. Closer and closer to the ground with each and every exhale. And come back to center. Pull both knees back onto your chest. And come to the other side. Your right leg is long. Your left knee comes into the left shoulder socket. Tuck the chin to the chest. Point the left toe and flex your right foot. Push the back of the right knee down to the mat. Start to feel that pinching sensation in your left hip flexor. Activate through both feet, keeping the energy in the whole body from the crown of the head all the way to your heel. Deep inhale. Exhale, assist the left leg over to the right. And then bring your left arm up towards the ceiling, left palm to the ceiling. Deep, slow inhale. Exhale, twist. And come back to center. Come into a modified happy baby. Grabbing behind the knees. Maybe just simply placing the hands at the back of the knees. Or maybe you want to interlock the hands. Grabbing onto the fingers. And then see if you can stack the ankles on top of the knees. Flexing the feet and pulling the knees out into the shoulder socket. Try to avoid the rib cage. And then hold it here and maybe reach from the inside of the knees to the outer arches of the feet. Gently start to straighten the right leg slightly. Rebend your right leg. Slowly straighten the left leg out. You can always keep a bend into the left leg. You don't have to straighten it all the way. Be gentle. And come back to center. Pull the knees to your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Release the heels down to the mat. Bring the arms by your side. Your feet are hip distance apart. Your feet are perfectly parallel. Your sit bones and your heels are really close to each other. So close that if you bring the fingers down, your middle finger can actually touch the backs of the heels. Arms by your side. Rotating the outer arm bones down to the mat. Shimmy the shoulder blades a little closer together. And slowly lift the hips up and away from the mat. Hug the chin to the chest. Hug the tailbone under at the top. Pull the belly in. And keep your knees and your hips in one line. Then slowly release the hips down to the mat and reach the arms up and overhead. See if I have enough room. No, I don't. And then push the hips up, bring the arms by your side. Inhale, reach the arms up, drop the hips down. Exhale, lift up the hips, bring the arms by your side. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, lower the hips down nice and slow. Exhale, lift up the hips, and come and hold in your bridge pose. Bring your shoulder blades a little closer together, maybe lift the belly a little higher. Interlock the hands behind your back, stream the shoulder blades closer together, maybe straight down through the elbows and press into the pinky edge of the palms. Slowly release the hips, release the arms by your side, bring your knees to your chest, little squeeze. Then swing your legs up and overhead, coming into a plow pose. Keeping the knees bent. Maybe your toes are down into the mat. If they are, then maybe you want to interlock the hands behind your back. Softening the knees, lengthening through the spine. Support your lower back. Gently come and roll the way down to the mat. Grab behind your knees. Rock and roll back and forth a couple of times. Massage out the spine. Make your way all the way into a tabletop position, all fours. Come onto your hands and knees. Gaze down at one spot onto the mat. Lengthen through all four corners of your neck. Point your toes back. Lift the belly and the front ribs away from the mat. Go through cat and cow. Drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone to the sky. Exhale. Tuck the chin to the chest, round to the spine. Come on back to neutral position. Flip your palms around. Fingers pointing to the back towards the knees and the thumbs out to the side. Micro bend into the elbows. Inhale, lift up the gaze. Exhale, gaze back to your navel. Come back to neutral. Flip the palms around. Press at the tops of your palms. Your thumbs are facing towards each other. Micro bend into the elbows. Inhale, lift up the gaze. Exhale, round. And come on back to neutral. Palms back. Shake your hands. Send the fresh blood into the wrist joints. Slide your hands a couple inches more forward and tuck your toes under. Find your downward facing dog. Bring a soft bend into both knees. Lift the tailbone high. Straighten out through the spine as you wrap the tricep muscles down. Press down through all 10 knuckles. Pull the belly in. Feel the energy in the spine. Feel the energy from the fingertips, from the knuckles, all the way up to the sit bones. Then feel another energy line from the heels riding up all the way to the top of the thigh bones. Deep inhale through the nose. Maybe slowly start to soften the knees towards the back of the room without losing the length of the spine. And come on higher into your tippy toes. Roll the heels all the way to the back right corner of the mat, keeping your feet parallel, keeping the body weight into the right and left palm equal. And come back to center. Roll the heels all the way to the left side. Pull the belly in. Lift the tailbone high. Then come back to center. Release the heels down to the mat. Walk your hands a little closer to your feet. Shorten your down dog. Reach to the outside of the left leg as you gaze underneath your left armpit. Maybe bend your right elbow a little bit more and pull your upper body closer to the lower body. See if you can maintain a flat spine, even if you have to bend both knees. Release the right palm down to the mat. Twist. Bring your left palm to the outside of the right knee. Rotate the right tricep down to the mat. And then slowly bend the left elbow and start to gaze underneath the right armpit. Release, come back to center. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Ragdoll, grabbing onto your elbows. Sway the body from one side to the other. Shift our body weight a little closer to your toe mounts. Make your heels lighter. With that, bring your hips over the heel line. And feel the nice stretch in your lower back and your hamstrings. Good, release. Toe heel your feet together, big toes to touch, heels to touch. Slide your palms up onto the shin bone and reach the crown of the head forward. Press your shin bones into your palms and reach the crown of the head even more forward. Create a perfectly flat spine. Then exhale, fold and melt. Maybe bring your forearms behind the calves as you pull the forehead down to your shins. Place your hands onto your outer hip for the flat spine. Rise up all the way to stand. Bring the hands to your heart center. Take a slow inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Seal your lips, blink your eyes open. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, order halfway lift. Exhale, walk out all the way into a high plank position, top of a push-up. Bring your shoulders over the wrists, round through the upper spine. Lift the right foot up and away from the mat. Pull the right knee to the right shoulder socket. Squeeze it in and hold. Send your right leg back into a high plank pose. Lift up the left foot. Bend your left knee. Bring it to the left tricep. Squeeze and hold. Your right leg is strong. Your gaze is down at one spot. And send the left leg back. Slowly lower down all the way onto your belly. Reach the fingertips forward. Turn the palms towards each other. And press the tops of your feet down to the mat. Gaze down. Keep the neck long the whole time. As you exhale, pull the elbows back and lift up the chest. Press down through the tops of your feet. Inhale. Reach the arms forward. Gaze down. Exhale. Pull the elbows back. Lift the chest higher. Inhale. Reach forward. Legs are engaged. Glutes are engaged. Exhale. Pull it back up. Inhale. Reach forward. Exhale. Pull it back up. Hold it there. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the forearms higher. Then bring the arms by your side. Turn the palms down. Lift the chest an inch higher. Add the legs. Lift up both legs from the thigh bones. Keeping the legs straight. Try not to bend the knees at all. Interlock the hands behind your back. Squeeze the palms together. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the fist away from the glutes. Lift up the legs a little bit higher. Exhale. Release the hands next to your floating ribs. Then press up into an upward facing dog. If upward facing dog is too much, you can always replace it with a cobra. Or maybe keeping the elbows bent and the thighs down onto the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips high to the sky. Deep, slow inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out, let it go. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step, hop all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise up, lift up. Hands come back to your heart, Samasthiti. Inhale, lift up the arms. Side stretch, right arm down. Left arm reaches to the right, hips to the left. Come back to center, palms to touch. Exhale, all the way to the left. Reach the arm to the left and reach the hips to the right. Come back to center, go pose the arms, lift up your heart. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha halfway lift. And as you exhale, just toe heel your feet mat distance apart. Turn the toes out, the heels in, and squat down into Malasana. Bring your hands to your heart center. Drop the sit bones down towards the earth. Pull the belly and lift up from your lower back. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Gently tuck the chin to the chest. Hold it here, pressing those elbows into the inner knees, lifting the chest up. You can stay here, or we can plant the palms down to the mat. We're going to come into a flying frog pose. You squeeze the inner knees onto your triceps. Then you're going to come onto your tippy toes. Now spreading the fingers, making sure your foundation is nice and solid. Squeeze the inner knees to the triceps. Lean forward. And lean forward so much that eventually you can squeeze those inner knees in and lift up your feet by flexing your feet. Round through the upper spine. Hold. And slowly release the feet down to the mat. Then bring your feet parallel, but keep the feet mat distance apart. So the outer arches of your feet should be parallel with the outer arches of the mat. In fact, they should be right in the same line. Lift the hips all the way knee height. So keeping the knees and the hips in one line. Fingertips down to the mat, lengthen to the back of the neck. Then pick up the arms and reach the arms forward. Lengthen through the spine, pull the belly in. Take a deep inhale. Hold it here as you exhale. Release the hands down to the mat, lift up your hips. Toe heel your feet together. Inhale, Ardha halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms all the way to the sky. Rise up, lift up. Bring your hands to your heart, Samasthiti. Inhale the arms to the ceiling. Grab onto your left wrist with the right finger, so like that. Tuck the tailbone under, pull the belly in. And then slowly start to pull the left wrist first up to the ceiling, then out to the right side. So up to the ceiling is a really important motion. So you lengthen it out from your lower back. You're not just dumping all the weight into that right side body. You lift it up from both sides and pulling it all the way out to the right as you push the hips to the left. Lift the chin away from the chest. Find that half moon shape in the body. Deep inhale, exhale. And come back up. Switch out the grip. Grab onto your right wrist. Tuck the tailbone under. Pull the belly in. First, pull the right wrist up as high as you can. Pulling up, and then slowly out to the left side. Push the hips to the right. Lift the chin away from the chest. Lengthen out from your lower back. Deep inhale. Go down deeper, exhale. Once again, deep inhale. Go down deeper, exhale. Come back to center. This time, let's separate our feet, hip distance apart. Place your hands onto your lower back sacrum. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and push the hips forward as you lift up your heart. Now make the neck long. Lift up from your lower back. Pull the belly in, engage your glute, and then maybe go a little bit deeper into this posture. Come back up. Feet are together. Inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arm a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, stop. Find a high plank position, top of a push-up. From your high plank, bring your feet together. Side plank, Vashisthasana. Left arm high, right arm down. Pulling the belly in, stacking the hips on top of each other. Lift up from your right shoulder, right wrist. And slowly come back with control into a high plank pose. Feet are together, roll to the other side. Left palm down, right arm high to the sky. Lift up from the left shoulder, reach to the sky. And come back to center. Come on down onto your elbows, forearm plank position. Lift up the kneecaps and the thighs away from the mat. Pull the belly in. Gaze down at your mat. Inhale, reach forward. Push into the toe mounts. Exhale, push the heels back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, push the heels back. 5 more. Inhale. And exhale. 4. Inhale with the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Come back. Drop the hips down. Drop the belly down. Sphinx pose. Pressing to the forearms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Find a nice opening through the heart. Pressing to the tops of your feet. Spin the inner thighs to the ceiling. And then tuck your toes under. Lift the hips again away from the mat. Then slowly walk your toes in towards the elbows for your dolphin pose. Soften the knees. Lengthen through the spine. Your belly is super engaged. And your chest is lifted. Your chest is not just sinking down to the mat. You're pushing into the forearms. And your elbows like your palms in downward facing dog. So press down through the elbows. Lift the energy up from the elbows, from the forearms, all the way to the tailbone, all the way to the sit bones. Walk your feet back, forearm plank position. Then begin to roll to the outwards of the right foot. Right fingers come inward. Lift the left arm high to the sky. Pulling the belly in. Lift the energy up to the left fingers. Still be aware of the whole body, feeling the body from the toes to the fingertips to the crown of the head. Slowly come on back. Left elbow down. Pause, center. And turn the left fingers in. Roll to the outer arch of the left foot. And reach the right arm to the sky. Lift the hips high. Pull the belly in. Deep inhale. And exhale. Bring the right forearm down to the mat. Come back into that forearm plank. Just for a breath, walk your toes in towards the elbows. Then gaze forward and see if you can pick up both forearms in the same time. Whoops. Come into downward facing dog, or one at a time. Make your way back into your down dog. Deep, slow inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, gaze forward. Bend your knees, exhale. Step hop all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Lift up the arms, draw the thighs deep, pull the belly in. Slow, deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, drop it deeper. Soften the inner shoulders away from the ears. Deep inhale, drop the thighs a little bit deeper. If you gaze down, you should be able to see your toes hanging over the knee line. So if that's not the case, and maybe your knees are like that, shift your body weight back to your heels, and then so you're going to be able to see those toes hanging over the knee line. Fly the arms back behind you, drop the thigh bones an inch deeper. Interlock the hands behind your back, squeeze the shoulder blades, lengthen to the neck. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Lift the fist high, squeezing the shoulder blades down. Good, then release the hands down to the mat. Toe heel your feet mat distance apart, turn the toes out, the heels in, and come back into Malasana again. Bring the hands to your heart center, push the elbows into the inner knees. Now stay in your Malasana, and I didn't mention it the previous time, but you can always use a block. So if you're having a hard time sitting down into your Malasana, place a block underneath the sit bones. Now from here, you can stay in your Malasana, just opening through the hips, or plant the palms down to the mat. We're going to get into a crow pose prep. So Spread the fingers high, spread the fingers away from each other. Lift the hips high. And then bending the knees, place the knees onto the triceps. Now many times when we start in this pose, our elbows, they want to swing out to the side like this. You don't want that to happen because that's going to be way too much weight onto your shoulders and you're going to find your face going down to the mat. So what you want to do, you want to hug those triceps in. So your elbows, the eye of the elbow is pointing towards the back of the mat, pointing towards your knees. So you want to keep that. Actually, it's the same alignment as in downward facing dog for your triceps. So place those knees onto the triceps, check onto the elbows, or the elbows, the eye of the elbow is pointing towards my feet. Then round to the upper spine and start to just shift the body weight forward so you're on your tippy toes. Pull the belly in, feel how your toes are getting lighter and your body weight is going forward so your shoulders are in front of your fingers or at least aligned with the fingertips. Then shift your body weight back. Good job. Plant the hands, step back. Downward facing dog or go through an optional vinyasa if you like. Take a slow inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out, let it go. Inhale your right leg halfway up. Reach the right heel back. Right toes are pointing down. Exhale, pull the right knee to the right tricep. Squeeze it all the way in. Now you can hold it here. Maybe add an optional chaturanga push-up here. Bending the elbows. Push it back, high plank. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, pull the right knee to the left tricep. Belly strong. See if you can touch the left tricep. Then bring it over to the right. Back to the left. 2 more times. To the right. To the left. 1 more. To the right. And to the left. Hold it there. Extend the right leg out. Falling star. Lift the left arm high to the sky. Release the left palm down. Pull your right leg high to the ceiling. Exhale, step it all the way through to low lunge. Keep your back heel lifted, come up onto your fingertips. Fly your arms back behind you as you pull the right hip back to the center line. So watch that right hip that wants to swing out to the right side, pull it back. Use the strong outer hip muscle and elongate through the back leg so your spine is the extension of your left leg. Interlock the hands behind your back, squeeze the shoulder blades, lengthen through the neck. Slow deep breath in and out through the nose. Release the grip, reach the arms back. Then bring the left palm down and reach the right arm to the sky, low lunge twist. Deep, slow inhale. Exhale, let it out. Release the right palm down to the mat. Turn the back heel down for your warrior 1. And inhale, rise up, lift the arms up to the sky. Pull the belly in. Pull the right hip back and turn the left hip forward. Adjust your back foot as much as you need to be able to turn the left hip forward. So that may mean that you have to separate your feet about hip distance apart. That may mean that you have to turn the back toes in way more than halfway. Just make sure that you can start to work that left hip forward and pull the right hip back. With each inhale, encourage the length of the spine, pull the belly in. With each exhale, let the right thigh bone come a little deeper. Bring the arms by your side, reach your chest forward. Press down to the back heel, pull the right hip back. Interlock the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lengthen through the neck. Then slowly shimmy the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee and let the crown of the head to come down to the mat. Lift the fist to the ceiling, drop the right thigh, go deeper. Slow, steady breath, in and out through the nose. Inhale, lift up the arms, rise up, lift up. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Come down into a high plank position. Then come on back down onto your forearm plank. Walk your toes in, dolphin pose. Feet are closer together. Inhale your right leg halfway up. Bend your left leg, the standing leg, as much as you need it. Push into the forearms, but try to straighten out to the lifted right leg. Point the right toes down. Slowly release the right foot down to the mat. Lift the left leg, push into the forearms. Lift the tailbone higher, turn the left toes down to the mat. Try to straighten out to the left leg. Come on back. Gaze forward and then see if you can lift both elbows away from the mat. Come on back into that down dog. Downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, pull the left knee to the left tricep. Squeeze it in as high as you can. Touch the left tricep and maybe add a push-up if you like. Then push it back into high plank. Inhale. Your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, cross it underneath the body, bring it to the right. Then as you exhale, bring it to the left. Inhale to the right. That's the opposite breath. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. That's it. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. One more. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Hold it there. Extend the left leg out to the side. And inhale the right arm high to the sky. Lift up from the left shoulder. Release the right palm down to the mat. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step it all the way through low lunge. Keep the back heel lifted. Come up onto your fingertips. Pull the left hip back. Then fly the arms back behind you. Turn the palms down. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Reach with the sternum forward. Back leg is strong. Deep inhale. Exhale, interlock the hands behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lengthen through the neck. Slow, steady breath in and out through the nose. Release the grip, palms down. And exhale, twist, right palm down, left arm to the sky. Push the earth away with the right palm, lift up from the right shoulder, reach the energy to the left fingers. Release the left fingertips down. Set up your back foot for warrior one. Inhale, rise up, strong warrior one. Adjust your feet as much as you need it to be able to turn the right hip forward and pull the left hip back. You want to square the hips and the shoulders straight forward. Then you want to root down to the back heel, lift up the right knee, and then sink a little deeper into the left thigh. Bring the arms by your side, reach the chest forward, pull the left hip back. Reroot with the back heel. Feel the energy in the back heel. Interlock the hands behind your back. Place the opposite index finger on top, the super awkward one. Neck is long, inhale. Exhale, bring the left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Drop the crown down. Drop the left thigh bone deeper. Root down to the back heel. Good, inhale, rise back up. Lift up the arms, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back into a high plank position, top of our push-up. Come on down onto your forearms, onto the elbows. Walk the toes in dolphin pose. Now you can repeat to simply lift up the right leg and then the left leg. Or you want to play a little bit of an arm balance. Pincha Mayurasana. Lift the right leg, bend your left leg. Your left leg is when you're pushing your weight. Your right leg stays strong. Whoop, and hop. And then maybe find wall, or maybe find a little air time. Pressing into the forearms. Pulling the belly in, engaging the legs. Slowly release. Make sure you have both legs lifted if you chose to do the leg lifts. Come back into that dolphin pose. Gaze forward. Lift both elbows away from the mat. Come on back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale. Halfway lift Ardha. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, coming into chair pose, Utkatasana. Lift up the arms, drop the thighs, check onto the toes, making sure they're hanging over the knee line. And bring your hands to your heart center and come on high onto your tippy toes. Lift the heels high. Then start to drop the thighs deeper and deeper down to the mat as you keep the heels lifted. Balance onto your toes. Deep inhale, and then slowly drop the hips down onto your heels. Knees aligned with the hips. Come into a toe stretch. Then slowly bring your hands down to the mat and drop the knees forward. So your toes are still tugged under. You're squeezing the heels together, the big toes to touch, and place your hands onto your thighs. You're going to stretch out your feet a little bit. Bring your arms in front of you. Align with the shoulder. Interlock the hands. Turn the palms inside out. Press the index finger knuckle out. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Create more length in between the inner shoulder and the ears. And then slowly start to lift the straight arms up without bringing the shoulders all the way up. So create that space in between the inner shoulders and the ears. Pull the belly in. Then slowly with the breath, see if you can lift up the arms. Maybe it's going to pause right here. Maybe you're going to be able to lift it all the way up. But make sure you're softening the inner shoulders away from the ears. Press the index finger knuckle up to the ceiling. And slowly release. Switch out the grip. Place the opposite index finger on top. Turn the palms inside out. Space stays in between the shoulders and the ears. Elbows are straight. Pressing the index finger knuckle out and then slowly lift the arms up and away. Pause where you need it. Focus back onto your breath. With the next exhale, see if you can lift the arms a little higher, pressing to the index finger knuckle, turning that up to the ceiling. Good, then release. Hands down to the mat. Oh, come on, off of your feet. Tap the tops of your feet down to the mat, sending that fresh blood flow into the joints. Good job, and then come on down onto your mat. All right, we're gonna sit down onto our mat. We're gonna start with a little boat pose, low boat pose series. Working, focusing on the core. Grab behind the knees, roll the shoulders back, make a nice long spine. So you wanna make sure that it stays nice and long. You're not gonna start to round, especially not in your lower back. You wanna utilize the strong lower belly muscle as well as your bundas to keep the spine nice and long. Now leaning back, finding the spacing between the sit bone and the tailbone, that softer place. Find the balance, pull the belly in, will engage your lower belly, and then lift the legs up and away from the mat. Good, now slowly, see if you can reach the right arm forward. And then maybe the left arm forward. Good. I'll hold it here. Bring the shoulder blades closer together. Really find that nice long line. Then slowly start to go down, round your spine, and then go down into Ardha Navasana, low boat pose. Point the toes. Bring your lower back down to the mat, but keep the shoulder blades away from the mat. Then as you exhale, come on back into your boat pose. Shoulder blades are together, palms facing towards each other. Maybe you want to straighten out through the legs as an option, but keep the spine long. And then as you exhale, slowly go down into your low boat pose, Ardha Navasana. Point your toes, your eyes and the toes in one line. Lean back, shoulder blades are still lifted. Exhale, come on back into your boat pose, maybe keeping the legs straight, maybe bend them if you need that. Then slowly lower back down into that low boat pose. Hold, 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 hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down to the mat. Good. Then bring the arms all the way up and overhead. So you're gonna flex your palms. Imagine there's a ceiling right over the palms. You're trying to push the ceiling away. Your wrists are right over the shoulder line, and your hands are all the way shoulder distance apart. Not wider, not narrower, right shoulder distance apart. You lift up your knees. Bring your big toes to touch. So your knees are lifted, your big toes are together. Then you're gonna tuck the tailbone under, and you're gonna lift up the hips so you can bring the knees onto the tricep. So it's very important that you're not bringing the tricep to the knees, you bring the knees to the triceps. Your hands are still right over the shoulder line. Good. Now your lower belly is on fire because you lifted the hips using the lower belly muscles. Then you're gonna start to push that imaginary ceiling up to the ceiling and slide your triceps up onto the knees. So your knees almost touching your armpit, your upper core, the upper abdominals are on fire, your lower belly's on fire. This is your crow pose. Hey! Alright, we're gonna do the same thing upside down. Come on back down. Good. Now we're gonna stay here for a little bit longer, practice this. So I want you to feel that you really need to use your core muscles when you upside down in this position in your crow, practicing being upside down, all right? So big toes to touch, palms staying right over the wrist line, flex your palms, and then lift up the tailbone, turn the lower belly in, and glue the knees onto the triceps. Then push that ceiling up all the way. You're sliding the tricep up onto the knee, hold it there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slide it back down, and slide it back up. Good, 5 times, just slide. Shh, slide it up. And slide it up. Good. And slide it up. Good, one more. Slide it all the way up. Hold it there. Hold, hold, hold. A little higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Nice job. Hug the knees to your chest. That's a really good core exercise. And this exercise should really awaken those deep abdominal muscles. They're super important to support your spine. All right. Now we're gonna rock and roll back and forth, and showtime. We're gonna do our little crow pose. Okay, so if this is your first time doing crow pose or a couple first times, so maybe place a pillow or a big blanket underneath your head so you get rid of the fear from your mind, all right? That's a really good supporting feeling to have that. You're gonna place the palms down onto the mat. You're gonna separate the fingers. Make sure your palms are shoulder distance apart, right? You're pressing down to all 10 knuckles. Then, lift up the hips. Like you're going into a mini downward facing dog. What happened to your elbows? Are they pointing out to the side, or can you grab the tricep muscles back without moving the middle finger? Your middle finger is still pointing straight forward, right? So the elbow, the head, is facing all the way almost towards the back of the room as much as possible. Lifting the hips, placing the knees onto the tricep. Create that little shelf. Check onto the elbows, they're not going out to the side, they're going backwards. Then, leaning to those chaturanga arms, squeezing the tricep muscles inward, the elbows inward. Reach your gaze forward, like almost ridiculously forward. Try to gaze all the way to the top of the mat. Round to the upper spine. Then see if you can shift the body a bit more forward so much that you may be able to float those toes away from the mat. Maybe you're just practicing one at a time today. Release it down, and the other one, maybe both comes all the way up. And slowly release. So you're going to try it 3 more times, and I'm going to show you a couple options, alright? So the second option, you're going to lower down into a tripod headstand. If you've never done that, maybe not today, maybe that's not the best thing to try for the first time. Check out a tutorial. I have a tutorial about a tripod headstand on YouTube. You can do that. Hands down onto the mat. Lift the hips high. Place the knees onto the triceps. Elbows facing back. And you're going to come forward. Now you're just practicing this teeter-totter motion movement. Maybe lifting one toe up, maybe both toe. If it goes well, then you're going to slowly start to release the head down to the mat. Tripod headstand. The head is down right at the center. The hands are down onto the mat. You can hold it here. That could be enough. Or you want to lift the legs up and away from the mat. Come on into your full tripod headstand. Make sure that the elbows are right over the wrists. Your legs are engaged. You're creating a tripod, the crown of the head and the 2 palms. Then slowly and gently bring the knees back onto your triceps. See if you can squeeze them in so much. Then you can lift the head away from the mat. Come on back into your crow pose. And release it all the way back down. Good. You can also practice jumping back into your chaturanga from your crow pose. Alright, the next one, the last one, 3rd round around, you can just practice your crow pose. Or, what I'm going to show you, how to get into a one-legged crow pose from a simple crow pose, alright? Hands down to the mat. Lift the hips high. Place the knees onto the tricep, making sure the triceps are pointing backwards. You're reaching the chest forward. And you come on into your crow pose. Now, if you want to go into a one-legged crow pose, I'm going to show from the back. It's going to look a little awkward, but you're going to see what my legs are doing. Alright, so you're in your crow pose. You can unhook one leg and balance. And from here, you can eventually start to lift the right leg all the way up for your one-legged crow pose. And then bring it back. Maybe go to the other side. Lift it up. Bring it back. And release it down. Awesome! We did a couple crow poses today. Nice work. Alright, come on down onto your back. Lay down onto your mat. Hug the knees to your chest. Happy baby, soles of the feet up to the ceiling. Grab the outer arches of the feet, reaching from the inside. Stretch the legs out to the side. Bring the knees back together. Soles of the feet down onto the mat. Palms by your side, feet are hip distance apart, feet are perfectly parallel. Inhale, lift the hips up and away from the mat for your bridge pose. Press the outer arm bones down. Neck is long. Deep inhale. Hold it there, exhale. Good, slowly release. And we're gonna go up again. You can choose to go up into a simple bridge pose, or if you wanna go into wheel pose, flip the palms, place that by the ear. Come on first up onto the crown of the head, and from there straighten the arms, come on into a wheel pose. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Try to straighten the elbows, lift the hips high, keep the knees hip distance apart. Good, slowly come on back down. Last round, 1 breath in between the cycles. And then go back into your bridge pose, or maybe come back one more time into your wheel pose. Press the chest one direction and the hip to the opposite direction. Elbows straight. Slowly release. Come on down. Bring the soles of the feet together, let your knees fall out to the side. Deep, slow inhale through the nose. And exhale as you let it out. Bring your knees back together. Keep your left sole of foot down onto the mat. Lift up the right leg. Keep a bend into the right leg as you pull the right shin closer to the face. And then gently slide your left heel all the way forward. Now this is a great place to use a strap, a towel if you like. But we can just keep the grip somewhere lower onto the leg. But for my hamstring friends, this is a really, really beautiful thing to use, alright? Strap is awesome. And deep inhale. Maybe pull the right shin a little closer to your face, but by softening the leg. Your left leg is still active. Then switch. Right sole of the foot down onto the mat. Left leg up. Soft bend into the left leg as you pull the left shin closer to the face. Soften the shoulders, the muscles around the face. Stretch the right leg forward, keeping the activation in the right leg. Press the right back of the right knee down to the earth as you flex the right foot, pushing the right heel to the back of the mat. Softening the left knee closer to your chest. Awesome. Pull the knees onto your chest, give yourself a squeeze. Rock and roll back and forth onto your mat. Good, you're gonna come into a low lunge position. You bring the right leg forward and the left knee back. Both hands come to the inside of the right foot. Roll to the outer arch of the right foot. Let your right knee fall out to the side. And then round through the upper spine as you drop the hips deeper. Roll the right foot back. Your right foot is flat onto the mat. Reach the left arm or the right arm back. Bend your left leg and grab onto your foot or ankle. Kick into your palm. Release. Come on back. Half split pose. Straighten out to the right leg. Pull the right hip back or right thigh bone back into the hip socket. Flex the right foot deep. Inhale. Exhale. Go deeper. Come back to center. Bend your right leg. Toe heel your right foot to the left side of the mat. Drop the right shin bone down to the earth. Point the left toe back. Square your hips. Guide your left hip forward. Pull the right hip back. Deep inhale. Find a baby back bend here. Exhale. Melt all the way down. Half pigeon. Slow inhale through the nose. Slow exhale out through the nose. 3 more just like that. Soften the muscles around the shoulder, around the hip, around the jaw. See, with each and every exhale, you can allow the body to open up, your hip to open up a little bit more. And then gently come back onto your palms, tuck the back toes under, lift your right leg high to the sky, bend the knees, stack the hips, circle out the knee, maybe flip your dog if you like to do that. After a couple back bends, if your shoulder is okay with that, you can absolutely do that. Inhale your right leg high to the sky, exhale, release it down. Step the left leg all the way forward, next to your left pinky. Drop the right knee down, point the right toe back, and roll to the outer arch of the left foot. Keep the palms down, feel that nice stretch in your hips. Letting the left knee to fall out to the side. Deep inhale. And exhale. Come back to center, roll the left foot back. Right palm stays down, reach the left arm back. Capture the right foot. Kick into your palm, roll the left shoulder back. Deep inhale. And exhale. And release, come back to center. Toe heel the left foot back to center. Straighten out to the left leg as you shift the body weight back. Half split pose, Ardha Hanumanasana. Pulling the left thigh back into its socket, lengthening out from your lower back. Deep inhale and exhale. Shift the body weight forward, bend your left leg, toe heel the left foot to the right side of the mat. Drop the left shin down, point the right toe back. Deep inhale, find the baby back bend here. Exhale, melt. Come on down. First, maybe just on the forearms. Maybe adjust the hips again, right hip forward, left hip back. Soften the muscles around the left hip joint and then slowly come on all the way down to the earth. 5 conscious breaths here. Stay with it. See with each and every inhale, you can find more length in the body, more connection with each and every cell of your body. And then as you exhale, you soften, release all those areas that don't need to create tension, especially your hips, your jaw, your teeth, your eyelids, your shoulders, your upper tracts. Slowly come on back. Hands down onto the mat. Tuck your right toes under, lift the left leg high to the sky, bend the knees, stack the hips. And if you like, you can flip your dog on this side as well. Reach the left arm up and over. And then make your way back. Downward facing dog, or add another optional flow if you like. Release the knees down to the mat. Sit down onto your mat. Reach both legs forward. Sitting in Dandasana. Feel the sit bones rooting down to the mat, arms by your side, shoulders away from the ears, spine is long. Without rounding into your upper back, the lower back, inhale your arms up and overhead. Then if you start to feel that rounding sensation happening into your lower back, then bend the knees. You can upright yourself a little bit more. Deep inhale. Exhale, reach for your feet. Deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bring your forehead down to your shins, but slowly. Maybe shimmy the hips further back behind you. Walk them back one at a time. Find more length through the legs as you soften the backs of the knees down to the earth. Inhale, rise back up. Pull the right knee to your chest. Cross the right ankle to the outside of the left knee. Bend your left leg and pull the left heel to the right hip. Lift up your chest. Hug the right knee into your chest. Bring the right fingertips behind you and twist. Or maybe even hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Deep inhale. Exhale. Come back to center. If your legs are in this position, hands down to the mat. Come on, lift the hips up. Then without moving the feet. The feet's going to stay exactly where they are. They're just going to circle around. So start to circle, 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 circle. Come back. And your leg's supposed to be switched, right? Okay, if it's too complicated, I know. It's right leg forward, left knee comes in, left leg crosses over the right, bend your right leg, right knee, right heel comes to your left hip, lift up the chest, hug the left knee in with the right hand, left hand behind your back. Sit up nice and tall. Use the left finger, the back fingers, the left fingers to lengthen out from the spine, and maybe hold the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Deep inhale, twist as you exhale. Come back to center. Release the legs, soles of the feet down onto the mat. Reach the arms forward and slowly roll all the way back down to the earth. Come on into your Savasana. If there's any other posture you're craving, shoulder stand, plow pose, any calming position, feel free to do that. But if you're ready, just allow yourself to come down onto your back to enjoy this beautiful Savasana. Time for yourself, and you connect to yourself. Connect your body, connect your mind through the breath. Really truly appreciating and enjoying the present moment. The only place we truly have. Letting go of the past, letting go of the future. Creating space right here onto your mat. Couple conscious breath here. Letting the toes to fall out to the side. The palms to fingers to be soft. The whole body to melt down to the earth, into your mat. If you'd like to stay in your Savasana for a little bit longer, please stay here. If you're ready to move, keep your eyes closed. Turn your head from one side to the other, just slowly. Really feel every single movement. Be aware of the body. Rolling out the wrists slowly. No autopilot. You feel every movement. Rolling out the ankles slowly. Moving the toes, feeling the pinky, all feeling the big toes. Every single toe, every single finger. And slowly hold the knees to your chest. Squeeze. Roll over to your right side. And press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Crossing the shin bones. Place your hands, bring the palms to touch in front of your heart. Shoulders are heavy. Rolling away from the ears. Tuck the chin to the chest. Slow inhale through the nose. And gently let it out. Lift up the thumbs in between the eyebrows. Lift the gaze to the ceiling. Blink your eyes open. And together we bow forward, sealing into our practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming today, showing up here and practicing with us. It was an absolute pleasure to guide you through your practice on this beautiful Wednesday morning. My name is Francesca again. I'm the owner and creative director of Aura 7, the sustainable activewear line, and we are getting really, really close to our launch date. We don't have a day particularly yet because of all the craziness what's going on. Everything is so uncertain, but I can tell you it's coming up very, very soon, so I'm super excited. You can sign up onto our email list at aura7activewear.com, and then you can find out all the details, or follow us on Aura7 here on Instagram, and you can find out all the good details. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. This video will be on YouTube very soon, as well as lots of other tutorials available. If you like to practice your crow pose, I highly recommend to go on Aura7 Yoga. I have a free crow pose tutorial. If you're having trouble finding it, just DM me, let me know. I can tell you exactly where it is. And I wish you guys a beautiful day. See you very soon. Bye.